Hi, welcome back. Last session we have completed till here, and this is something we have developed a layout, and this is a sign in and this is a create an account. So further continuing this, what I will do is I'll go to my editor. We have a form box, which is this one. The form box is a one which is trying to hold the complete form of a sign in as well as the complete form. This is a form box again, which is holding the complete form of a create an account, means sign in and create an account. This will affect simultaneously if I go to my CSS because I'm targeting form box. So what I'll do is I'll just make justify content center, and I want this align items center. So what this will do is it will bring the content center here. Now I'm going to give a gap. I don't want this to touch here, so I'm giving padding something like 40 pixel. Now let's go and refresh. So we have this padding. So at this point of time we have done padding. Now what I will do is I'm going to target this and this simultaneously. So this is something a h2 tag. You can go and see to the HTML page. So we have this h2 tag which is inside the form box, as well as this is also a h2 tag. Sign in is also a h2 tag which is inside the form box. So I'm going to copy this, the complete element from here to here, and I'm going to paste it, and I will target the h2 tag. Okay, so let's go and close the brackets. Now I'm going to assign something like font size. Let's go for 18 pixel. So we have just done a mistake over here. So this is 18 pixel. Now let's go and see this. This is going to be, now if you want to see it, let's do like this. I want to do simultaneously live. So this is font 18 pixel, and I'm going to go with font weight something like 600, and you can see the changes over here a bit, but yeah, it's changing. I want this to be uppercase, this as well as this, both sign in and kind of, you can read it over here, create an account. So I want this to be uppercase. So text to transform, this is going to be uppercase. So you can see here we have sign in, and this one is uppercase. So I want a little bit letter between gap. So letter spacing, I'm going to give it 2 pixel. That's going to be like 2 pixel gap over here. And I'm going to go and say something called alignments, like it should be center. So text align, I'm going to give it center. Now save it. So you can see that this is completely center of the page, this one and this one. So now that we have done center, what else we will do is we'll just go and assign width of this element should be 100%. Okay, and margin bottom, I want this to give a bottom gap, a little bit bottom gap. So margin bottom, I'm going to use 10 pixel. You can see that gap over here. Okay, and I want this color to have a little bit silverish. Okay, so I'm going to put down some color, hash 555. I'm sorry, we have to do like this, 555. Okay, so let's go and refresh. So we have this as a little bit silverish color. Now that we have targeted the h2, let's go and see the HTML page. We have targeted the h2, but inside the form box we have a h2 as well as input elements. So is the case with the create an account form box, we have input elements. So I'm going to target the input elements. So copy from here to here, and let's go and paste it. Instead of h2, I'm going to say input. I'm going to design the input elements, which are something like this one, this elements. Okay, so let's go and simultaneously design on an input element. So I'm going to put down something like width. Let me show you live. Here is my view. You can see this one. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to say width. I want this to be 100%. Save it. So we have this 100% over here. You can see this one also, and we will just make it font weight. Now before I do some font weight, let me write some information, Rajesh or something like Tony. Okay, Tony. So I'm going to keep it here, font weight something like 600. You can see that this is dark. Okay, and please see the information inside it, the toning, how exactly it is changing. I'm going to use something like background. background, I'm going to use hash f5 f5. So this is something, a background color we are giving, not attachment color. Now we have this background color over here, and I'm going to give some padding 10 pixel. That is something 10 pixel of the padding, and I want some color to be affected. Color I'm going to give something like silver, but dark silver. The tone is like this. Apart from that, I'm going to assign something called border none. I don't want this border to display, so I'm just saying none, and I'm going to go and keep it like something called outline. I'll say none. Apart from that, I'm going to go and increase the font size, or let's say I want to make it 14 pixel font size, not style, font size. I want this to be 14 pixel. So you can see that this is 14 pixel, and simultaneously I want to give some margin. See, this is all the elements are very much attached. I want them to be separated, so I'm adding margin at top and bottom, not left and right. So I'm going to go with margin 8 pixel at top and bottom, and no changes towards left and right as 0. So you can see the gaps over here, and I want this tone to have a gaps between letter to letter. So letter spacing I'm going to give 2 pixel. So save it. This is a gap. Now this is affected both. You can see over here also. So we have designed this one as well as this one. So at this point of time we have developed the input elements, but I want this button to change. This is a submit button, and this is also submit button. I want this to have a kind of background color, and I want this to change. We will develop some active elements to this button. So I'll see you on our next video. Until then, bye bye.